let's take a look at the outlook for the sector. Our next guest is the newly appointed leader of Europe's largest renewable energy producer, Birgitte Ringstad Vartdal, the Chief Executive of Statkraft, joining us today. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. There has been a number of setbacks in your industry throughout the years. What's your biggest hope going forward for renewables in Europe?
Thanks for having me, Francine. It's a pleasure. We have a strong belief that the renewable industry in Europe will continue to grow. As you mentioned, currently there is a setback, seeing increasing costs and also seeing prices normalize after the very strong power prices and the energy crisis over the last 2 years. However, the fundamentals for renewables in Europe is strong, and we believe in a strong growth going forward. Particularly, we see solar and battery costs going down. We see wind power cost leveling out, and then some of the technologies are slightly delayed in terms of costs are higher and technology development are higher. But we see that that also will come over time.
I was going to ask you what you see as the biggest opportunities. You also have a number of operations, wind and hydropower assets, for example, in countries like Chile, Brazil, Peru, and India. Do you see those expanding in the next couple of years?
Yeah, we have a broad portfolio in 21 countries, and we try to balance our opportunities. Lately, we have had significant expansion in Brazil, with both acquiring wind production and also developing our own projects. We strongly believe in a diversified portfolio across our markets.
I think you're planning to spend between $4 and $6 billion to upgrade some of the hydropower, of course, and wind facilities in Norway. Are you confident this will be enough to future-proof, actually, the future of the country?
Well, Norway is in a very strong position when it comes to the electricity production. We are already almost 100% renewable, based on a strong hydropower fleet. As you say, we have announced the ambition for significant capacity upgrades on our hydropower, in addition to wind development onshore and offshore. Together with other producers in Norway, I think the opportunities to really continue to fund and develop the Norwegian power sector, also being competitive for the industry, is important, and it is an opportunity that we will grasp.
The occurrence of negative pricing actually in electricity seems to be more frequent. Does that impact how you look at the market and investments?
Well, this is with a more intermittent energy coming into the market of solar and wind. This is something that we will see in the market going forward. With our experience on optimizing weather-based systems and managing the flexibility from hydropower, we are also bringing other technologies, flexible technologies to the market, like batteries, like rotating stabilizer, allowing the total energy system to be robust. And these negative prices is also an opportunity to create value on the hydropower, on batteries, and also for flexible hydrogen production in the future. It is a treat of the system that I think we need to manage, and our company and our employees' competence is really core to support this development.
But do negative pricing, does it mean that the market is broken?
It doesn't mean that the market is broken, but it means that we need to manage the intermittency in the market. That we have negative prices from time to time means that there is oversupply. I also believe that going forward we will see more adjustment on the demand side, adjusting the demand to these prices. And it's actually about optimizing the market better than what we see today.
You're fairly new to the role. The previous chief executive has stayed on for 14 years. Do you already have a clear idea of what kind of changes we can see at Statkraft?
Yeah, so I've had the role for 1.5 months, spending my time both to get to know the organization and our engaged employees. But also I've announced that we will sharpen our strategy. I've announced some divestments, and we also have a record growth investment plan this year that we will focus on delivering on. So it is about sharpening the strategy, enabling us to deliver faster and more of the renewable energy that we are so dependent on.